It was 6:58 a.m. on a cool Tuesday when a man named Elijah Warren parked his dusty blue pickup across the street from one of the fanciest car dealerships in the city. Capital Crest Motors marble floors, glass walls, luxury brands lined up like jewelry boxes on wheels. Nobody knew it yet, but Elijah owned every inch of that place. Bought it clean through a holding company 2 weeks back. But that morning, he wasn't showing up as the new boss. No one was ready for who he came in as. In the passenger seat sat a mop bucket and a folded-up cart. Elijah stepped out in scuffed black work shoes, khaki pants, and a navy blue shirt that read Facilities with a stitched-on name patch, E. Warren. His salt and pepper beard was trimmed close, his eyes calm but sharp, the kind of quiet intensity that listens more than it talks. He rolled his cart across the parking lot, slipped in through the back door like any other temp worker, and just like that, the test had begun. The dealership was already waking up. Receptionists skimmed schedules, salesmen polished their cufflinks. Music played a little too soft to cover the tension in the air. Elijah grabbed his mop, dipped it, and started slow figure eights on the floor near the showroom window, like he'd done it for years. He didn't want to stand out. He wanted to watch who did. At exactly 8:15, the room changed. The sound of red heels on tile announced her before she was even visible. Cassandra Royce, the branch manager. Slim, polished, perfect. Hair pulled tight, blazer sharper than her tone. She didn't walk through the room, she sliced through it. People straightened when she passed. One salesman whispered, "Morning, MS." Royce, like it was a test. Elijah kept mopping, didn't even glance up. She stopped 3 feet from him. Her voice carried like it was meant for an audience. "Who cleared janitorial to be on the floor during open hours?" Elijah paused, calmly said, "Trying to get it clean before the rush." She narrowed her eyes. "That water looks like coffee. Are you using a fresh bucket?" He looked up, met her eyes. "Fresh mop. Fresh water." She gave a tight, fake laugh. "This isn't a truck stop restroom. Keep that out of sight." He nodded once and pushed the cart away without a word. Behind him, she muttered just loud enough for customers to hear, "Standards are slipping around here." Elijah didn't react, but he noticed who did. A young salesman named Marcus flinched like he wanted to speak, then thought better of it. A receptionist looked down at her desk. Elijah wasn't hurt, not personally. What he felt was recognition. He'd seen it before. Leaders who lead by fear, not by respect. He wasn't here to fight. Not yet. He was here to see. Late morning, the rhythm picked up. Phones rang. Deals whispered. A toddler spilled his juice near the entrance while his parents filled out paperwork. Elijah didn't wait. He knelt down with a towel, soaking up the mess. The father said, "Thanks, man, really appreciate it." Elijah nodded, "No problem at all." But then heels again. Cassandra's voice pierced the air. "Oh no, you've got to be kidding me." She marched up, eyes locked on Elijah. "You're on your knees in front of customers? Do you have any idea how that looks?" The mother tried to speak up. "He was helping us, really." But Cassandra ignored her. "This is a luxury experience. You're making us look like a garage off the freeway." Elijah stood slowly. Calm. Steady. She kept going. "Do you even understand what these cars cost?" And he said, real quiet, "You done?" She blinked, caught off guard. He added, "I cleaned a spill. That's it." He walked away. Didn't raise his voice. Didn't get flustered. Just left her standing in a silence she created. Around the room, people started noticing. Not the mop. Not the bucket. They noticed him. The way he held his ground without showing his fists. In the break room, whispers flew. Marcus and a finance assistant named Bria speculated. "He doesn't act like a janitor," one said. "Doesn't flinch. Doesn't look lost." Bria nodded. "He watches people more than floors. I think he's someone." By day's end, Elijah had made his notes. He'd watched every department, walked every hallway, seen which employees smiled only when Cassandra wasn't around. He didn't need more time. He'd seen enough. 3 days later, a black sedan pulled up front. Cassandra was all smiles. Corporate rep coming to observe, she thought. Chance to shine. Staff straightened up, prepped for a dog and pony show. Out stepped a tall man in a sleek gray suit. He held the door for someone else, someone Cassandra wasn't expecting. Elijah Warren, clean cut, navy suit, gold cufflinks, no mop bucket in sight. Cassandra froze. Her jaw dropped just enough. The first man cleared his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Mr. Elijah Warren, principal owner of Capital Crest Motors, effective immediately. The room went silent. Elijah stepped forward, voice low but firm. You heard him. Cassandra snapped. Excuse me? Elijah looked her dead in the eyes. Yeah, that janitor. That was me. For 3 days. Watching how this place runs when folks think no one important is watching. She tried to argue. You can't judge management off a mop and a bucket. He didn't flinch. You judged me in 30 seconds. I watched you for 72 hours. And what I saw? That matters. A staff meeting was called. Everyone showed. Elijah didn't use a slide deck. He spoke like a man who'd worked his whole life to get the truth heard. I walked your floors. I cleaned your messes. I saw fear where there should have been respect. I saw silence where voices should have been safe. He turned to Cassandra. You ran this place for 5 years. But your leadership came with a cost, and that cost was dignity. You confused dominance with discipline. She opened her mouth. He cut her off. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You're on leave. HR will handle the rest. There wasn't applause. Just breath. Real breath. Like people were finally breathing again. The next morning, Elijah came through the front doors. No mop, no disguise. Just a nameplate on the office door. Warren. He called Cassandra in. She said, You want my resignation? He shook his head. I want honesty. How did fear become your go-to? She sighed. When I got here, this place was a mess. I tightened it up. It worked. He replied. But at what cost? Respect shouldn't disappear with results. You led with pressure, not purpose. She said nothing. You're smart, Cassandra. But real leadership means knowing the line between standards and suffocation. She left without anger. Just empty. Elijah turned to Dean, a quiet service manager who fixed problems and never sought credit. You're stepping in as interim general manager, he said. Dean blinked. Why me? Elijah smiled. Because you never needed the title to act like a leader. 2 weeks passed. Staff meetings moved to open spaces. Elijah walked departments. Listened. Asked. Never barked. Never postured. Then came Friday. The team gathered near the back lot for a cookout. Paper plates. Laughter that didn't sound rehearsed. Elijah stood on a wooden pallet. All right, he called out. Just a few words before you eat everything in sight. They laughed. I bought this place because I believe people matter more than polish. Doesn't matter if you answer phones or sell Porsches, what matters is how you treat folks, especially when no one's watching. He paused. You don't need a fancy name tag to have good ideas. And you sure as hell don't need fear to get things done. Quiet applause. Honest. Earned. One by one, people came up. Bria said, Didn't think I'd see this place change. Elijah replied, We're not there yet. But we're walking in the right direction. Marcus shook his hand. Thanks. For seeing us. For hearing us. Elijah looked him in the eye. You never needed permission to be heard. Just someone willing to listen. As the sun dipped low, Elijah walked past the service bay. In the corner, the old mop bucket still sat. He looked at it for a moment, then kept walking. Because respect isn't given once. It's earned every day, in silence, in choice, and in how you treat those the world forgets to see. If you've ever worked somewhere where fear ruled more than fairness, tell us your story. Drop a comment below, hit like, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because maybe just maybe it's time more leaders started listening before leading.